In this class, there is an emphasis on working with your breath and improving strength, flexibility and balance while calming the mind. So we're coming to stand in Tadasana, or mountain posture. Thinking about that silken thread just drawing up towards the ceiling, lengthening the spine, and the tailbone just dropping down towards the ground. And the weight evenly between the front and back of the foot, between the right and left foot. Just giving yourself a few moments to breathe into that ribcage area. Arms quite relaxed, that distance between the bottom of the ears, top of the shoulders, nice and long. So now we're taking the arms up, relaxing the shoulders, feel those shoulder blades just easing down towards the waist. 2 more breaths. Just think about the stillness. And then we're going to take the arms back down beside the body, and we're going to have 2 or 3 breaths in. Breathing in as we look up, and breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Drawing that breath into the lungs. Any issues around the neck, just keep looking forward. And next time we take the hands up, interlock the fingers, push the palms of the hands towards the ceiling and lengthen through the sides of the body. Feel that inner lift within the body. Breathing in, as you breathe out, take the hands down. Take the hands onto the hips. We're going to take the weight onto the right foot and we're just going to lift the left foot. We're going to take it onto the inner part of the calf. Remember, you can do this by a wall. We're trying to come into balance. We're not sinking into this hip. Keep the shoulders relaxed. If you'd like to take that into the tree, you can take the arms up and relax the shoulders. So earlier in the class, we're keeping the leg low. We're not taking above the knee at the moment. And bring the arms down. We'll take the hand under the leg now. We're going to point the toe, flex the foot. Point, flex, point, flex. And then we're going to do some circles of the ankle. So just stretching out the ankle. And then changing direction of the circle. And take the foot down. We can do the other side. So soften the legs, hands on the hips, hips nice and square. Breath in as you breathe out. Taking the foot onto the inside of the leg. And again, if you'd like to take the arms up, or you can take the hands in front of the heart, remember. Just finding that sense of balance. Constantly adjusting, probably. It's perfectly normal. Relaxed face. And now taking the hands under the thigh, point the toe, flex the foot, point, flex, point, flex, and then circling the ankle, one way, and then the other, and bring the foot down. To the back of the mat now, we soften the legs. We're going to think about, we're going to do our imaginary chair. So I'll turn to the side for this, so feet still under the hips. So this is the one where we keep the tailbone tucked under, and as we come down, coming into that position, hips in line, sweeping the arms up, and just relaxing the shoulders. Keep that length through the top of the head. Breathing into that movement. in as you come up, breathing out as you release the arms down. Just roll those shoulders back. And then taking this breath in and step the right foot forward. We're going to come into our warrior posture. And let the back heel come off the ground. Take it back down so you've got weight evenly between the front and back foot. Then you're going to bend the front knee in line with the second toe and sweep the arms up. We're going to hold this for 5 breaths. But of course you might just hold for 2 or 3 and then bring the arms down. Or you can bring the arms down and bring the hands into prayer pose in front of the heart. Next time you breathe out, bring the arms down. Step the foot forward. We're going to get prepared for the other side. So step the left foot forward. Make sure you've got enough space. Hips are forward, hips in line. Lift the back heel up again. Get that balance between the front and back foot. Bend the front knee, in line with that second toe. Taking the arms up and focusing on the breath. Face is relaxed. Next time you breathe out, take the arms down, step the foot forward and come into the front of your mat. We're going to do a forward bend, so lengthening through the spine. Breath in, as you breathe out, let the chin come down. Just going down as far as is comfortable to you. Take hold of the elbows. Sitting bones just moving towards the ceiling and just moving down. Just opening up the body. Breathing in as you breathe out, release the hands and unrolling back up into standing. So we're going to come into our dancer. Taking the right weight on the right foot, to the left foot. You're just going to gently push back, so you're pushing the foot into the hand, the upper body is coming slightly further forward, and then you're sweeping the arm up and focusing on the breath again. The standing leg is soft under the knee. Breath in, as you breathe out, bring that hand back and take the foot down and soften the legs. So do the same the other side. So just getting your balance. Might be a little bit harder this side. If you can stand by the wall, take hold of the foot, let your body come slightly further forward, get your feeling of your balance and lengthening the arm. Focusing on the breath. You can open a little bit more by pushing through towards the hand, and then in your own time, bring the left foot down. Coming out of your dancer. If you'd like to have any blocks for the next one, you could just use some cushions, which you should have at the front of your mat now. We take a breath in. As we breathe out, let the chin come down. Roll down towards the ground. Bend the knees if you need to. Take the fingertips on the ground and step the left foot back. So the chest is closed down, we can use our supports. Just keep the chest nice and open. Get that stretch through the body. And in your own time, hands to the inside of the foot, bring that knee back. And then we're going to step the left foot forward, bending the knee. And again, focusing on releasing any tension. smile under the collarbones, relaxed face. And just take the foot down, fingertips down, take the foot back to one knee. Got the front knee over the right hip. Got that opening through the left side of the body. So length through the spine. Any issues around the knee, turn the back toe into the mat. Breath in as you take the arms up. Breath out as you release. So a lovely opening through the trunk of the body. We're going to do a very gentle twist after this. So if you hold that for a second, and then we're going to bring the arms down, and we're going to gently twist. Take the right hand on the lower back, left hand on the leg, length through the spine, breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to rotate, a gentle rotation from the lower back, middle back, upper back, and finally the head. And if we can, we're just going to take 2 breaths in this position. Really good for the lymphatic system. You're squeezing those internal organs, stimulating blood flow. As you breathe out and come back, and then we're going to take the foot back again. So I'm going to take the left foot forward, length through the side of the body, remember, got that opening to the right side. Breathing in as you take the arms up, relaxing the shoulders, looking directly ahead. One more breath. I'm going to bring the arms down, take the hand across the leg, keep the knee over the ankle, with the hand on the lower back, to remind us that we take a breath in. As we breathe out, we gentle rotation from the lower back, middle back, upper back, and finally the head. Breathing into that movement. And next time you breathe out, coming back to center and making your way into standing. Standing at the back of the mat. Hips are in line. I'm going to step the right foot forward. Again, keep that contact through the back heel. We've got the option to hold the elbows with the hands, or to take the hands into prayer pose behind the body, chest nice and open. Take a breath in, and in your own time, you're going to fold forward. As you're folding forward, we're keeping the hip bones in line, so you might, in this case, need to keep that left hip coming forward, draw that right hip back a little. You're now going to be looking towards the front of your mat, and then towards the foot. Try to keep the evenness of the breath. And you feel that stretch through the back of the leg, chest nice and open. Releasing towards the foot. Now in your own time, make sure we put that, we're just want more pressure through that front foot. As we come back up and release the arms and step the foot forward. It's going to come to the other side. So again, step this time left foot forward, of course. Hands behind the body, either holding the elbows or palms of hands together. Length through the spine, that thread through the top of the head, just drawing you up. Chest nice and open, keeping the hips in line. And in your own time, as you breathe out, we're folding forward. Feel as if our head is being drawn towards the wall in front of you. Give the back of the leg time to open. We're not stressing the knee. We're not pushing back too much through the knee joint. Keep anchoring through that back heel. Again, finding a softness in the breath. Breathing in as you breathe out, then pressure through that front foot to lift you back up. And release the arms. And step the foot forward. And then we can do a wider forward bend. After that question, we take the feet a bit wider than hip width apart, toes slightly turned in, length through the spine, arms soft. Breath in, as you breathe out, let the chin come down towards the chest, rolling down towards the ground. Arms are just hanging. Let that head just ease down. Feel that stretch through the back of the legs, sitting bones moving towards the ceiling. Breathing in, as you breathe out, gently coming across towards the left. It might be towards your left knee, your calf, your foot, wherever it feels right for you. Keep a softness around the knees so you're not putting pressure through the knee joint. And just feel that stretch through the back of this left hamstring. And we've still got a contact through this right foot. Contact again. Next time you breathe out, come across to the center and across to the right. And just enjoying that breath. Feel the breath move in and out of the body, and your movements in time with that breath. As you come across to the center, make sure that as we breathe out, we're starting to unroll. Knees are soft. Unrolling back up. Feel that length again through the spine. Take the hands up, look up through the fingers, take the palms of the hands together, and bring them down in front of the heart. 2 breaths. Shoulders relaxed. And release the arms down. And bring the feet together. So, hands nice and wide, shoulders relaxed. Feet hip width apart and turn the toes into the mat. Remember, give yourself plenty of space for this. Imagine someone's got hold of the heels and they're drawing you up and back. Keep the softness around the elbows and shoulders. And we're holding this for 5 breaths. So just have a look at the feet. Spread those toes and then lengthen through. So the head we're not dropping the head and we're not looking forward. We're just keeping the back of the neck long. We're breathing into the ribcage area. And this is a resting posture. So if there's any stress, find a way to release it. Maybe bend the elbows slightly, or maybe come down after 1 or 2 breaths. Breath in. Now, on the next time you breathe out, take the knees down. Take the top of the feet on the ground if you can. Otherwise, just gently support the feet. Let the heels come back onto the buttocks. You can take the knees wider apart if that works for you. Lower back sufferers, remember to keep the knees closer together. And then you can just rest the head down. So you might want to put one fist on top of the other at this part of the class. It's quite early. Let the centre of the head just release into the ground. Sorry, into the hands. this is really calming for the body, having the weight of the head just quite sinking down. You perhaps take the hands a little bit lower after a couple of breaths. And then gently unroll. We're going to do one more down dog, which will got the option of lengthening the legs, or you can rest if you'd like to avoid down dog again. Let the heels come up, lengthening through. So elbows nice and soft. So the hips are nice and high. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to lengthen the right leg away, and you're going to lengthen that leg while you keep the hips in line. Try to keep that balance between the hand, the two hands, and the foot that's in contact with the ground. Breath in, as you breathe out, bring that foot down. Breathing in, as you breathe out, lengthen through the other leg. And breathing into that ribcage area. And then bring that foot down. Bring the knees onto the ground. Slight variation this time. We'll keep the lower arms on the ground for our hare posture. Keep the bottom nice and high. And take the centre of the head onto the ground. If you need to, use a support, cushion, or if you've got a blanket, just you can support the head on that cushion. Note so we don't have any strain around the neck. Or you can just have the head directly on the ground. Arms resting as the ground. And breathe into those ribs. And then we're going to come forward slightly and we're going to roll onto our side. We're going to roll onto a side so that when we come over onto a tummy, the spine is nice and relaxed. So we're on our side in this position, take the arm down and then roll over and bring the other arm in high. And just release the lower back into the ground. So we're thinking about the chest being nice and open. Have that smile under the collarbones. Shoulder blades are easing towards the waist. We're just completely relaxing the body. You might find after a few breaths you can just adjust a little bit more. And just then let the tummy be quite soft. A little bit more of a stretch. So there isn't any pain or discomfort. And then we're going to lower down. We're going to make a pillow with the hands. Have the forehead on the pillow. Just 2 breaths, thinking about the tummy sinking into the mat. So feeling that breath around that navel area there. You take the right cheek onto the hands. 2 breaths. Let the heels drop out so that the toes are turned towards each other, the lower back's relaxed. Big breath in, and as you breathe out, take the left cheek onto the hands. And again, softening the tummy, letting the waist of the body just ease into the mat. Soften the shoulders. We bring the head down onto the hands now. So we're going to let the pubic bone just ease into the mat. So keep that the tailbone tucked down. We're We're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to lengthen and lift the right leg. And bring the leg down. And the same on the left side. And this is going to be your option if you don't want to, if you have any lower back issues and you just need to work with one leg. Those people who are fine for lifting both legs, next time we let the pubic bone ease into the mat, we're going to lengthen and lift both legs. Breathe into that rib cage area. And release the legs down. And then this time we're going to stretch the hands forward, lengthen the arms. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe in, breathe out, let the pubic bone ease into the ground, lifting both legs, and then lifting our arms. So we're sort of like a superwoman or man, just floating through the sky. Breath in. As you breathe out, bring the hands round the body. Stretch the fingertips towards the wall behind you, palms of the hands towards the thighs, and focus on breathing into that ribcage area. Doing your locust posture, strong posture, drawing that breath into the body, we're not holding the breath. In your own time, releasing the arms down and take the right cheek onto the ground. Let the shoulders ease down, tops of the arms ease down. If that's a little bit strong, bring the hands forward, support the head on the hands, and again let the heels drop out. So when you've done that posture, often you just feel quite relaxed, so just let the body ease into the mat. Just enjoy that feeling of support. Give yourself this space to completely relax. Shoulders, face, breathe, have the mouth relaxed, no tension on the jaw. Next time you breathe out, take the left cheek onto the hands. One more breath. And then bring the head forward. You're going to keep the head on the right hand, and you're going to take the left hand back to take hold of the right foot. Release the head back onto the hand. And we're just going to draw this foot towards you. So just opening up all the front of the right hip. Maybe you can hold the trousers, or you can use a belt, dressing gown belt, or whatever's handy. Breathe in. As you breathe out, then releasing and changing hands. So right hand back to take hold of the left ankle or leg. Just give yourself 2 or 3 breaths in this position. And release. Taking the hands under the shoulders. And as we take them back a little bit, so they're under the shoulder, elbows are tight in. Relax that lower back for a second, and then let the pubic bone move towards the ground. You're going to push the hands back towards the wall behind you and come into a very gentle baby cobra. Breath in as you breathe out, lowering down. Take the hands slightly forward, push up onto the knees. We're going to imagine that the hands are glued to the front of the mat, and we're going to stretch back through the body. So from the fingertips through the inner arms, right the way through the arms, down the sides of the trunk, and feel that stretch through the spine. The next posture you can come into a resting posture instead. Otherwise we're going to come up into our plank pose, so give yourself plenty of space for this. Turn the toes into the mat. Bring the body up parallel to the ground. You can roll over with the outer part of the right foot. Keep the left foot forward, bring the body round. You can take the hand onto the thigh. You'd like to take the hand up. Stretch the fingertips towards the ceiling. And if you're feeling your balance is okay, look up towards the thumb. Just holding for 1 or 2 breaths. And then come out of it nice and gently, stretching back. And then we're going to come to do the other side. So again, see how this side feels. If you've got issues around the wrist, don't hold for too long and make sure you've got that weight through that front foot. So in this case, coming up into our plank again, coming over into side plank. Keep the weight through this front foot. Bring the body round so it's parallel to the ground. Hand onto the thigh. And then stretch the hand up. Again, if the balance feels okay, looking up under that hand. Otherwise, just looking forward. And then bring the hand down. And then we'll have the hands glued to the front of the mat. We'll just stretch back. Releasing any tension. Walking the hands back. And then we'll take the feet forward. Ready for our boat. So with boat, just being really careful with the lower back area. We just do our half boat. I'm going to take the hands beside the body. Remember that as we lift the feet, our muscles will automatically engage to support us. So just get that sense of resting through the sitting bones into the ground. And then see what it's like if you let the hands come into your half boat position. Keep that breath going into the ribcage area. And then taking one hand down and then the other. So you can either repeat that, or you can try to go into full boat, which is probably more useful if you needed a boat. Now sit back onto the heels. Let's lengthen the legs first, because that gives you a bit more balance. Then take the hands up, focusing on your breath. If you need to, take the hands down and adjust into small boat, and then take the feet down. So coming forward to lie down on the ground. Gently just releasing the shoulders into the ground. 2 breaths, just being aware of that rib cage on the ground. Ease the knees towards you. Just rocking gently from side to side. Keep hold of the right knee. Just slide the left heel away. So keep this right knee coming down towards the chest. Make sure it doesn't go to the side of the body. Breath in, and if it works for you, take the head towards the knees you breathe out. And release down. Slide the foot along the ground, bring the left knee towards you. Ease that knee down. Big breath in, and again, take your head towards the knee. And release. Bring both feet onto the ground. Finally, we bring both knees towards us. Hands around the back of the thighs or the calves. Ease the knees down. Big breath in as you breathe out towards the centre of the legs. And release down. And then take the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. And see if you can take hold of the sides of the feet and let the knees come down towards the sides of the body. Just allowing those hips to release, soles of the feet nice and open. It's your happy baby pose. Now you're welcome to bring the knees back together and feet on the ground now, or take the fingers and the thumb around the big toe. And you can see if you can let the sitting bones drop towards the ground and the back of the legs lengthen. Try to keep the chest nice and open. Now, as long as there aren't any lower back issues, maybe let the feet come a bit wider apart, shoulder blades easing back towards the ground, tailbone dropping down. Just going to be as far as it's comfortable for you. Do a nice stretch through the back of the leg, through the inner thighs. Softness around the knee, should be no pain from the knee. And the next out breath, soften the knees, bring the legs back together. And then take the legs down to the feet down to the ground. And gently tilt the pelvis forward and back. Then we're going to take the support out from under the head. We've got the heels in line with the sitting bones, arms beside the body. The heels are a little bit closer to the body than usual. Let's just see how that feels as we come up into our shoulder bridge. So on an out breath, let's start to peel the spine off the ground. One vertebrae after the other. Just going up to as far as it's comfortable for you. The ski slope shape might not be right for you today. Rest those shoulders into the ground. Feel those knees are being drawn away from you. Open the front of the body. Big breath in, and as you breathe out, start to lower the spine down, one vertebrae after another. Tailbone comes down last. Breathing in, as you breathe out, peeling the spine up off the ground. If you'd like to take the fingertips towards the ceiling, you can. Slightly more challenging, because you haven't got the support of your arms. So those knees aren't dropping out. Breathing in, as you breathe out, bring the hands back beside the body. And let's see if we can float the heels off the ground. Breath in, as you breathe out, start to lower the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Once the tailbone comes down, we'll let the heels come down. And then ease the knees towards you. And the feet back onto the ground. Take the arms out to the side now. We can have the support back under the head. Arms out to the side, just let the shoulder blades ease into the ground. Top of the arms resting into the ground as well. We're going to bring the knees towards us, so if any lower back issues, keep the knees in that position. Otherwise, you can let the knee come out over the hip, having the lower legs parallel to the ground. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to take the knees towards the right hand at a diagonal and turn the face to the left. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, bring those knees back. Breath in, as you breathe out, moving to the other side. And coming back. So we're trying to keep the contact of the shoulders on the ground, working our abdominal muscles a little more. And 2 more of those. And then take the feet down. Then we're going to lengthen out our left leg. Ease the right knee towards us. Take the right arm out to the side and keep good contact through this right shoulder. Breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to ease this knee across the body as you turn your face towards the hand. So just taking the leg as far as it wants to go. A couple of breaths, and you might notice it just starts to sink down a little bit more towards the ground. And then support the leg, bring it back. Lengthen out that leg. Use the other knee towards you. Left arm on the ground. Back of the hand against the ground. As you breathe out, turn the face in the opposite direction and ease this knee down. And then bring the knee back. Rolling onto your right side. And come up into our thread the needle, which is really nice for releasing the shoulders. So coming hands onto the ground, knees onto the hips. You're going to take the arm across, take the back of the hand onto the body, stretch out that shoulder blade. And then the same the other side. You don't have to take the arm up too high. Back of the hand along the ground. See how that feels for the shoulder. That's working quite well. You can take the arm a little bit higher. And on an out breath, taking the arm underneath. Breathing in as you come back. And one more to either side. And then coming into our cat pose. So hands under the shoulders, knees into the hips. Just letting that upper back move towards the ceiling. And then easing down. So just let the movement come from the spine. Let the head just follow the spine rather than dictate the movement. So just feel that lovely opening up, creating space around the joints. So any areas of tightness, don't push through them, just move up to any tight areas. And then move away, just gradually easing any tension. And last time. So coming to the end of the class as we bring the feet hip width apart, taking one elbow down then the other. Have some support for under the head. You can use the eye bag if you have one, or cover the eyes with a scarf. The feet are hip width apart, arms beside the body. Everything's all right around your shoulder, palms towards the ceiling. Any shoulder issues, just take the palm towards the ground. And then you've got the option of having the knees in this position, or you can take the feet wide and hip width apart and rest those knees towards each other. Really nice posture for releasing tension around the hip area. If everything's okay with your lower back, you can lengthen the legs. You can bring the feet together first, Check you're in a nice straight line. And then as you take the feet hip width apart, just feel that you're releasing at the hip joints so the toes just drop out. And then again, arms beside the body, or have the hands on the tummy. Sometimes having the hands on the tummy really helps you to breathe into this area. Remember, it's very calming for the body. As you're breathing in, you feel that tummy move against the hands. As you're breathing out, it just sinks down. If you need to move at any point, if you're not comfortable, then do so. You might want a blanket if it's a little bit cold. But once you're settled and comfortable, just start to take your attention to the back of the body. Just feeling the head quite heavy on the ground. Back of the shoulders easing into the mat. Back of the arms easing into the ground. And then just think a little bit about the back of the rib cage. As you feel out, as you breathe out, you'll feel a bit more of a contact with the back of the rib cage on the ground. Just let that happen. You can imagine that once you move off the ground, you're going to leave the imprint of the body on the mat. So just let everything release. You're thinking about the hip area, just letting those muscles stretch out, whichever position we're in, letting them be quite relaxed. And we're either going to think of the back of the legs on the ground or just the feet. But again, we've taken the attention through the body from the back of the head to the feet. And as you focus on the breath, the body slows down, calms down, the breath will slow. And once the body is quite still, and the breath a little bit slower, you start to find that the mind calms down a little bit as well. Those thoughts that are flying around all the time just slow down. And there's lots of things going on in your head. Just think about them floating through. Don't pay any attention to them. Don't be harsh on yourself. Just think it's perfectly normal for your brain to be bringing up lots of thoughts. Just let them float through and take your attention back to feeling that comfort and support, the body on the ground. And then you're going to start to just move the toes, move the fingers a little, waking the body up. You can bring the legs together if you've got the feet on the ground and lengthen the legs. You can take the arms over the head, stretch the fingers, point the toes. Big stretch through the body. And then in your own time, bring the arms back down beside the body. Slide the feet onto the ground and place the feet on the ground and ease the knees towards you. Just drawing those knees down. And let's make a big circle of that lower back on the ground. And away. And then. And then bring one foot down. And then the other. In your own time, just rolling to one side, coming up into a comfortable sitting position and sitting nice and tall, taking the palms of the hands together, taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, kind of bow the head. Namaste. Thank you for watching the class. Hope you enjoyed it.